Hi, and welcome to Hey, I Like Your Hat. My name is James Preston. I've only got one video that I made, and it's called We the People. I done it about 8 or 9 months ago. It's got like 250 million views. I'm just kidding. It's got like 250 views or something, but didn't do too bad. It just about that we need to not call our representatives leaders, and everybody's doing that. And you know what? Talk about ground zero. That's ground zero whenever it comes to speech. You cannot say, you know, here's our leader. Take me to your leader. This ain't Mars. Uh, this is the United States of America. I don't need a leader. I already have one. That's Jesus Christ. That's my leader. So we the people, we elect our representatives to represent us here in the United States of America. And all of the whole world has always looked to us to be, like leaders for their country and stuff. And why would they do that? Because we have the number one leader, which is Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. So I actually had a issue today, and it's kind of like that, proverbial straw that broke the James's back. I mean, I've had so much. I mean, this country absolutely, positively has fallen apart. And I never ever thought that. I mean, of course, a lot of people talk about, jumping on YouTube and doing something. And to be honest with every single one of you that sees this, I can't believe that I'm doing this. I tried to put up something here to show that, I'm definitely patriotic and love the country. But I am absolutely appalled and embarrassed to actually own a hat that says, I can't, it's hard for me to even say this. It's a Trump hat. It says, Save America 2024. It's sad. It's sad. I never ever thought that I would even have to say Save America, let alone wear a hat that says that. But nevertheless, that's where we're at. And that is, in fact, what needs to happen. So, today I have a really, really, really awesome young lady that I adopted as my sister. And you care if I give your name? Her name is Naomi. And I took her to her doctor's appointment up to Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. And immediately, whenever we went in, they had the mask there, and they was pushing them on everybody. And there was, I don't know, 15, 20 victims sitting around right at the entrance there. And they was all struggling with these masks, like they was sliding down, they're adjusting them and stuff. And nobody was really wearing them. I mean, I didn't see, but maybe just very few people that actually had them like pinched over the nose and stuff. They just was putting them on because they was, being coerced into wearing them. Now, when you're somebody that needs medical attention, if somebody, you don't want to make waves. These elderly people and the special needs people, when you're sick, you don't feel like fighting nobody. So if somebody says, here, put this banana over your nose or whatever, you'll probably peel it and stick it on there just because you don't feel like bucking nobody. You're just trying to get better or get your issues or problems that you have taken care of. But we got in there and we went right past. Nobody said anything to us, but it had their little mass station there, and they was the hand sanitizer stuff, which don't get me wrong, I'm all about hand sanitizer and, washing your hands before you leave the bathroom and stuff. That's another video. I could do a video on that. But we went past and we got back first floor to the elevators. And immediately, as it happens all the time, I mean, this happens all the time, I hear somebody saying, "Hey, I really like that hat." And he's running up to me, enthusiastically, and he's like, "Man, my dad, he would love that hat." And I mean, this is not the first time. And I actually had talked about writing a book called "Hey, I Like Your Hat." And so I think instead of writing a book, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not very into the whole writing thing. So I decided I'd just do a video, and I I plan on doing several of these called "Hey, I Like Your Hat," because ever since I started wearing these, I mean, people at first would come up and they would say, they'd look around. I mean, no kidding, just like that, it was some kind of big secret or something. They'd be looking around. They'd lean in real close and they'd say, "Hey, I like your hat." I'm like, "Well, why are you whispering it? If you like my hat, say it loud, say it proud." But, when I started wearing these a couple years ago or whatever, when all the trouble and stuff, with COVID especially and stuff came in, I mean, it was a big deal. And kids, it's really amazing, because the kids would come up and they'd be pointing at my hat, even across the stores and stuff, and telling their parents, like, "Hey, look, he's got on a Trump hat." And I want to be perfectly clear about something. This is not about Trump, okay? This is about we the people. And, we hear that a lot, we see that a lot, but, it really is about we the people, children of the Lord. He blessed us with a country where it could be we the people, and it should be that way all around the world. But, we got to clean up our backyard and the front yard, and especially the kitchen right now, because it's all a toilet. It's a bathroom, an outhouse, really. So we all have to do our part. We're going to have to stand up and get some things done. But this guy, upon getting in the elevator, talking the whole time about his dad would really like the hat, and that he liked it too. And turns out he was actually an employee of Ohio State University. I won't give his name because he said that he had to really watch, and that when certain ones, when he would get around the people that he works with, of course he would pull it up. But he said as soon as they'd go away, or when he got with the rest of them, the real people, then he would pull it down. And I mean, he couldn't get it down off his face fast enough just to talk to me. So, although he still had it on, But here's a question that I have for him or anybody else. I asked him, I said, "Well, how come you don't just take it off? We got to make a stand, And again, the job came up. And I understand people want to keep their jobs and stuff, but there's no reason why that a job should ever be on the line. But, I don't mind losing my job, but I do mind losing my life. And who was it that said, "He who gives up a little sovereignty for freedom has neither"? Was that Benjamin Franklin? I believe it was. But anyway, leave a like and a comment and the below. I'm just kidding. I don't know how that crap works right now. But anyway, so we was riding up, and he went his way, and we went on up to the third floor, and I took Naomi in to the waiting room, and it was at the we're actually at the Ohio State University Wexner Center Martha Morehouse. on the third floor. And this is the physical rehab and rehabilitation place, third floor. And we walked in, and I don't know, we was in there maybe about 5 minutes, and another couple come in with their son who was in a wheelchair and had been in a horrendous car accident. I can't remember if they said it was the boy that actually run into this man's son who was there was in a hurry to go see his girlfriend, or had a fight with his girlfriend or something, and that's what this was all over, you know. So really, really a sad situation, and our hearts and prayers go out to them. But they didn't have on the dad did not have on a mask, and of course the handsome victim in the wheelchair did not have on a mask, but the mother, the mom, chose to wear the mask, which more power to her if she wanted. I think she's probably like most of us, is just more interested in getting their child cared for. It wasn't about bucking the system on a mask or anything. You know, whenever it comes to your children, believe me, I know, or anyone that you care about. Of course, you don't want to make any waves, but look at our founding fathers. I don't like really calling them that, but anyway, the first ones that came over. I only have one Father, and that's in heaven. They made great, big, huge sacrifices that we can say that we know, but we don't know, because until you have your hand right there for the sledgehammer to come down on, you don't know what you do. So, the dad was not wearing a mask, and we had talked and had a really, really good conversation about, and it's sad because we didn't get to talk about fishing or taking a trip or whatever. Actually, let me take that back. We did talk just briefly about fishing because his son wanted to go fishing this summer, so that they was looking forward to that. And so, but we was talking about what a shape that our country is in, and I think that's what any true American patriot has first and foremost on their minds and in their hearts right now. And it better be, because I've never ever seen a scarier time. Again, I cannot believe that I have a hat that says Save America, and that's where we're at. But this gets even more troubling because Naomi goes up to the window to sign in that we was there and stuff, and they tell her that her appointment was canceled, and that they had, they just kind of left it be at that. And then so she informed me, and I said, well, are they going to make arrangements or try to squeeze you in, because we just drove 100 miles, it's a pretty good trip up there. So finally they sent a we'll be polite here, a lady out. We're being polite. And she's like, well, we tried to get a hold of you. So I told Naomi, and I said, well, what they're doing is they're actually blaming us. It's our fault that we drove all the way up here for no reason, and they canceled it, but it was our fault. So, but anyway, they didn't try to work her in. They wasn't, sorry about that or nothing. It was just basically, here you go. And, we as Americans, I know I'm tired of it, and I can say we Americans and we the people are sick and tired of it, because I talk to people all the time that starts off with, "Hey, I like your hat," and then we wind up just having a conversation about the shape of this country. So this lady turns into, Democrat full bore, which everybody knows that there's no Democrats anymore. No Democrats. That is absolutely positively a thing of the past. Democrats are no more. But actually, the Democrats is just taking on the new word of being communist. So that's Democrat. So if you say Democrat, you're saying communist. So she asked me to put on a mask. So this is a way, if they want out of a problem or a situation, they'll just start redirecting, word salad and different things. But it turned into the mask because I was not wearing a mask, and they asked me to put on a mask, and I politely declined. And then they escalated that further, and they wanted to tell me that I had to wear a mask, and I informed them that no, it was a publicly funded building, and I was not going to put on a mask. And they was telling everybody in the waiting room, all of the victims who were sitting around waiting to be seen. And of course, these people are not going to say anything because they need to be seen. These are sick people. So, and I mean sick as in they need, physical, and, they have real issues. And so they said that if I didn't leave, that they was going to call security. And I said, nah. I said, that's fine. I said, I'm leaving because I don't want to upset the rest of the victims that was sitting there in the waiting room. So I went ahead and I left, and I spoke with the young man's dad on the way out. And I told him that I would say a prayer for him, which I did. And I did a little bit of videoing on the way out, and you can see some people not wearing masks, and you can see some people that are wearing masks. But I didn't make a huge scene or nothing like that, because like I said, there's a time and a place for everything. But upon waiting in the car for Miss Naomi to come out, because I wanted her to reschedule, and I told her that I was just going to leave so she could, set up another appointment. Well, she came to the car, and she had told me that they had started on her about wearing the mask, and that if she refused to wear the mask again, that she could find somewhere else to be seen, meaning that she was no longer going to be coming to OSU. So, that's pretty disturbing that, you're telling a victim like that is already in a wheelchair and has special needs that, no, we're not going to see you because you're trying to stand up for your rights. So, went ahead and started heading home south, and I thought, well, I'm going to call the sheriff or the police department. Well, I tried the police department. That was absolutely nowhere. Then I tried the sheriff, and that is a complete joke. I don't know. I don't know how the people in Columbus are doing it. I don't know what they're doing. But I tried calling the sheriff several times, and you get this push 1 for this, push 2 for that, push 3 for that. I mean, it is absolutely astonishing how crazy that this all is. It is absolutely crazy. I finally called my sheriff department, who are always right on. I mean, they answer the phone right now if you call them. They're always polite. I mean, I can't think of a bad thing to say about our sheriff department here. Jackson County, Ohio. So I called my sheriff's department, talked to the dispatcher, and I said, hey, how can I get a hold of the sheriff in Columbus? Her response was amazing because she was like, literally. And I'm like, well, that says it all right there. And, but I asked her if she had a way of contacting them, which was no more than what I had. And that's the phone numbers. 614 525 3310. 614-525-3360, Columbus, Ohio. And if you call either one of them, I'm telling you, you're going to get such a runaround. This is what they want. They want everybody to be frustrated to the point where they don't even call it. If you call it, you're going to talk. They're going to offer you to, like talk to inmates and stuff like that. But even if I tried going down that avenue just to get to talk to somebody. Nope. You'll just go on and on and on. You'll never talk to anybody. So I don't remember exactly which number that I called, but they give me a police department's number, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that'll work. And it wound up being Athens, Ohio State College Police Department or something. I'm not for sure. But anyway, they said, well, you got the wrong number. And then they give us another number. So I called it, and it turns out, get this, Ohio State University has its own police department. All right, wait a minute. Let me say it again. Ohio State University has its own police department. Okay. Isn't this just like Disney World in Florida? Government itself, its own government. I mean, I just don't understand. You're not ever going to call somebody or tell somebody, you have a problem, and I want you to fix your problem, because they're going to say, what? There is no problem with me. I nothing to see here. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. There's no problem here. And it's exactly what I ran into, because when I finally did talk to somebody, and this here is a dispatcher. Let's see. What was his name? His name was Craig. Craig, the dispatcher at the what do we want to call it here? The Puppet Show Police Department, Ohio State University has, I guess. Anyway, old Craig there, he wanted to argue with me and tell me that Ohio State University was privately funded. Ohio State University, privately funded. And I mean, he was absolutely adamant that he knew what he was talking about. And I think he actually convinced himself. I really do. But all you have to do is Google that. I mean, it's a fairly simple thing to do. I mean, not just Google, but I mean, there's other research. But I asked him where he was getting his valuable information, and he said he got his from the Ohio Revised Code. Let me say it again. Ohio Revised Code is where he got his information. All right. Well, anyway, okay. So I wasn't getting anywhere with this dude here. So he hung up on me. So I called back, and I asked for a supervisor, and he was in a meeting. So I had to wait for him to get out of his meeting. Now, I know what that means when they say they're in a meeting. What that means is, I'm going to put you on hold so that I can tell, we'll call him Mr. and be nice here, Wolfzorn, Mr. Wolfzorn, who is in a meeting, okay, it's awful funny because it was just long enough for them to explain to him and tell him all about who was on the phone and what was going on. But he gets on the phone, and Mr. Wolfsorn is another one of those. He absolutely has himself convinced that he's some kind of intelligent person. Okay, he's not an intelligent person, because he was doubling and tripling down that Ohio State University is privately funded. Okay, I don't understand how that we keep living with all the stupid people in the world, but man, you talk about stupid. This guy was like a special kind of, but got nowhere with him. And you can always tell with these Democrats what happens whenever they get pushed or they don't have the answer for things. The first thing that they want to do is hang up the phone, or conversations over or whatever, because they don't want to debate anything. It's just anytime they get in trouble, same way at the hospital, whenever I tried telling them, well, not tried, I did tell them. I said, you are indeed publicly funded. And the two ladies, we're going to be nice there too, were absolutely doubling and tripling down also that they were privately funded. They're really saying that. And they're saying that to people, and they've got their own little bubble up there. And I don't understand, but we have absolutely got to go through and fix the United States of America. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. And we all better stop being the quiet conservatives and start shouting at the walls of Jericho here. We're all needing to stand together and get rid of this, because this is an infection that runs hard and it runs deep. You've got the transgenders and the gays and everything like that, and people's so willing to just be apologetic for them, and well, my son's gay, or well, my cousin's gay, or well, I got a gay daughter or something like this, but you have to stand up, and you're going to have to stand for the flag and kneel for the cross, like they say, or you'll fall for anything. Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. So I've just had it, and I had to do something, because you can't get a hold of nobody. Every time, whenever you're trying to call anybody for anything, when's the last time that you tried to call Walmart? How difficult is it if you just want to call, say, and check on, I don't know, if there's a new SD card for your phone or something. Call and try to get a hold of the Walmart China Supercenter and get electronics and actually talk to somebody. You'll jump through hoops and you'll be on that phone for a very long time. And if you're not, you're living in a good place, you need to let me know where you live at. I'm all about relocation. So Florida's got their act together. Ron DeSantis is kicking butt and taking names down there. But I think that Donald Trump is definitely the way to go right now. He's got some personal things to take care of in there, and I'm glad to see him in there and do it. So because if we stand up for Trump, it's not so much the Trump thing. It's what we the people actually voted for. So we all know what happened with the 2020 election. We already know that. But we're going to fix it this time. We'll fix it this time. We have to, and we're going to. So anyway, I think I'm going to end this here for this first edition of Hey, I Like Your Hat. I want to say I love you, boss. Absolutely, positively. First and foremost, I love you, Lord. Love you, Jesus. And yeah, hopefully, if you find this any kind of inspirational at all, or if you have anything that you can add to it or whatever, just a like would be awesome. But I'm planning on doing more of these. I kept telling myself that I was going to, and I kept putting it off, I have a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, God bless America, and we the people needs to save America so that we can help the entire world. So God bless you.